Welcome back, I'm Rachel, and in this video I'm going to go over the structure of the sternum bone. This bone is also more commonly known as the breastbone. Where is this bone located? The sternum is located in the center of the interior of the chest. If we take a closer look at the interior view of the thorax, we can see highlighted in red the sternum. Now we're going to look at the different landmarks and features of the sternum bone. Here we have the anterior view and the right lateral view of this bone. This bone consists of three parts, the manubrium, the mesosternum, and the xiphisternum. The first part of the sternum is the manubrium. The manubrium is the broad and thick upper part of the sternum that has two surfaces. The first surface is the anterior surface. This surface is smooth. The second surface is the posterior surface. This surface is concave and, like the anterior surface, is also smooth. The manubrium also has four borders. The first border is the superior border. This border is thick. It has a central notch known as the jugular notch. This notch is also known as the suprasternal notch. On each side of this central notch are two oval notches. These are the clavicular notches, one for the right clavicle bone and one for the left clavicle bone. The second border is the inferior border. This border is oval in shape and roughened. It has a thin layer of cartilage on it, which is for articulation with the body of the sternum bone. The third and fourth borders are the two lateral borders. Each of these borders has two notches, a superior notch for articulation with the first costal cartilage, an inferior notch for articulation with the second costal cartilage. Between these two notches, the surface is curved. The second part of the sternum is the mesosternum, also known as the body of the sternum. The mesosternum has two surfaces. The anterior surface is flat and faces upwards slightly. It also has three transverse ridges which are found between the paired depressions on the lateral borders. The posterior surface is slightly concave and also has three transverse ridges. These ridges are less prominent than the anterior ones. The mesosternum has three borders. The superior border is oval and articulates with the manubrium. The sternal angle, also known as the manubriosternal joint, is the point where these two parts articulate. The lateral borders have a series of notches for articulation with the costal cartilages. Superiorly is a small notch for articulation with the second costal cartilage. Inferior to this are four costal notches for articulation with the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth costal cartilages. A final inferior notch that carries on into the xiphoid process is for articulation with the seventh costal cartilage. The inferior end of the mesosternum is narrowed and is continuous with the xiphoid process part of the sternum. The third and last part is the xiphisternum, which is also known as the xiphoid process. This part is the smallest part of the sternum bone. The superior part of the lateral borders have costal notches for shared articulation with the seventh costal cartilage. In some cases it may be bifurcated or even have a perforation in it as illustrated here. When this perforation is present, it is known as the xiphoidal foramen. The superior part articulates with the mesosternum, forming the xiphisternal joint. Now we're going to take a closer look at the other bones the sternum bone articulates with. This bone articulates with 16 other bones. The first of these articulations are with the two clavicle bones. The clavicular notches on each side of the manubrium articulate with the sternal end on each of the clavicle bones. The next articulations are with the two first ribs. The superior notches on each side of the manubrium articulate with the costal cartilage of each of the first rib bones. The next two articulations are with the two second ribs. The inferior notch on each side of the manubrium and top of the mesosternum articulate with the costal cartilage of each of the second rib bones. The next two articulations are with the two third ribs. A notch on each side of the mesosternum articulates with the costal cartilage of each of the third rib bones. The next two articulations are with the two fourth ribs. A notch on each side of the mesosternum articulates with the costal cartilage of each of the fourth rib bones. The next two articulations are with the two fifth ribs. A notch on each side of the mesosternum articulates with the costal cartilage of each of the fifth rib bones. The next two articulations are with the two sixth ribs. A notch on each side of the mesosternum articulates with the costal cartilage of each of the sixth rib bones. The final two articulations are with the two seventh ribs. The notch that is shared between the mesosternum and the xiphoid process articulates with the costal cartilage on each of the seventh ribs. What about the muscles that attach to this bone? There are 5 muscles that attach to this bone. The sternal head of the sternocleidomastoid muscle originates from the anterior surface of the manubrium of the sternum. A portion of the sternocostal head of the pectoralis major muscle originates from the anterior surface of the manubrium and mesosternum. The sternohyoid muscle originates from the posterior surface of the manubrium. The sternothyroid muscle also originates from the posterior surface of the manubrium. And finally, the transversus thoracis muscle originates from the posterior surface of both the body and xiphoid process of the sternum. And that concludes this video on the structure of the sternum bone. I hope you found it helpful.
Thank you for watching. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe and check out more of my videos.